If you were with us here, and I see some familiar faces, back in December and January, in addition to the board members and some audience members who are with us a lot each month, you know that we gave a mid-year update on our progress towards our district goals that were established last July, working collaboratively with the Board of Education and the administration in achieving larger objectives that are defined in our 5-year strategic plan. And this is the last year of our current strategic plan. So we will be, that's hence why the board just approved a new firm to consult with to develop our new plan that will drive a lot of our future goals. So with that being said, tonight's presentation really takes us from the midpoint of last year, technically of 2018, when we first reported out in December, on what we had achieved up to that point, moving forward. So this is achievements, initiatives, programs that have been fleshed out and brought into the district since that December, January time point as they relate to student success, community partnerships, long-range facilities, finance, and community relations, public relations. We have several of our directors and supervisors and managers here this evening who oversee different curricular areas, special education areas, our IT department, and operations that are going to speak to many of these initiatives. Thank you.
Sorry, that's something. I'm Jessica Shaw, Director of Staff Development and Special Programs. So I'm just going to speak briefly about the GED program. The first time we met, we were just rolling in our new program, K-6. And we've had a great deal of success this year. We have managed to run through 2 cycles of gifted and talented, very heavily focused on personalized learning and embedding that experience for students within the classroom environment. We've got a lot of positive feedback, and our educational technology specialists have really been invaluable in helping us to implement this program and get it up and running.
I'm John Kerrigan, Director of Mathematics K-12, and in terms of math across the district, we continue our focus on active learning with our new active learning labs in high schools, and also incorporating active learning across secondary, middle school, and elementary as well, using Edpuzzle to flip the classroom, and choice boards, which allow students to pick the way they want to learn a topic, whether it's through one-on-one instruction, small group, a video tutorial, a text, whichever way they feel is best. But they all pave their own way and then take the same assessment at the end. And we're continuing to work more in that direction for the following school year.
Hi, I'm Wendy Morales, Supervisor of Digital Media Arts and Technology. And I just wanted to highlight a couple upcoming events that are really student-driven. Our students have been working really hard for our 3rd annual Innovation Fair on June 10th, so please come out. And many of our students are doing Spark or Genius Hour projects, and one of them is actually running our very first Middletown TEDx event. He's in 5th grade at Lacrosse School, so that is going to be May 30th. So please come out and support our students.
Hello, I'm Angela Merrill, Supervisor of Elementary Curriculum and Instruction. And one way at the elementary level that we are working to support personalized learning is by taking a look at the professional development offerings for our teachers. We looked at some data and found that, for example, one area of teacher need was in shared reading for kindergarten. We took that data, we developed professional development over the course of the school year to help improve student reading, and we also revised the criteria for intervention use. And that's one example of how we're helping to support the teachers and setting goals for students.
In middle school, we're really proud of, I'm Cindy Van Vaughn, Supervisor K-12 Literacy. We're really proud of the middle school and the book clubs and choice reading that they have embraced, and the academic discourse that is developed through those types of learning practices, so that we took a look at that and how engaging it is for our students. And what we did is that we bridged it up into the new curriculum in the 9th and 10th grade when we rewrote it. So students will have more choice besides the core novel in our high school classes starting in 9th and 10th grade. So we are scaffolding that up into the high schools. And so that our students in the high schools will see more book club choices along with independent reading choices as well.
Hi, Chris Virginio, K-12 Director of World Language, Business Education, and Social Studies. I'm going to speak for a minute regarding college and career readiness. So we've been doing a number of different things to try to prepare our students for life outside of schools. That includes some of the things that you see up here. We were able to establish a partnership with the New Jersey Council for Economic Education. This partnership is going to afford us the opportunity to learn from professionals in the field with respect to some of our career readiness, career exploration, as well as financial literacy. They're going to be providing us with free professional development, so our teachers, especially at the middle school level, who are now going to be teaching certain financial literacy standards, are going to be well versed in those, in addition to some of the other things you see up here. We also launched our senior flex option here at the high school, which again, you've heard some of my colleagues discuss some of the flexibility, student choice. This gives our students the options of exploring opportunities outside of school if they've earned the requisite amount of credits. We took a real hard look at our advanced placement program, which was one of the most significant changes that we were able to make this year as a team. We really sought to have an all-inclusive program so that any student that is academically prepared and wants the challenge has the opportunity to take some of our most rigorous courses. And we're proud to say that at both High School North and High School South next year, we have roughly 200 freshmen that are going to be taking AP World History. So we're really proud of that. And then last but not least, we are currently collaborating with GE Harness Construction to identify areas where Middletown students may be able to intern with this company so that they're able to experience all facets of a very important industry.
Thank you, Chris. I'm Steve Graziano, Director of Fine Performing Practical Arts here in our great district. Here to talk about a few of the initiatives that we've had since January that is in place here. One of the biggest things we've done is we're growing our academy, our academies that we have here. So in January, we accepted applications from new students. We have more than doubled our academy from this year to next year. We have over 50 accepted applicants into our academy for next year. We have 20-something plus now. So we're very excited about that. We have maintained and brought in about up to 12 plus guest speakers to our current academy, and they address them in our transition period. And really most exciting, we are bringing in the Dance Academy next year. We're adding our 6th track, and thanks to our collaboration with the Middletown Arts Center, we'll be using their facility for the dance studio. So we're very excited about that, and we're excited to welcome our new students that are going to be coming into our academy here next year. Thank you.
Hi, Sharon Simmons, Director of Special Class Programs. So in the beginning of the year, we started creating paraprofessional workshops that we identified, the paras identified they wanted support in. Some of these were roles of paraprofessionals, ABA training, how to handle difficult behaviors, how to take data, to supporting the workshop model. We are currently working to explore an opportunity with Rutgers University where we would look at evidence-based practices of behavioral sports interventions for a one-to-one coaching model with paraprofessionals with the psychology department. So that's exciting. We're also looking to explore the option to expand the XLE program and create tower gardens where the general ed students would learn how to grow and plant different plants and vegetables of their choice, and work with Ms. Shrek at the high school.
Hi, Danielle Shrek, Supervisor of Special Education Instruction. We're happy to say that we're going to be increasing your writing support in the upper elementary grades. We're going to be working very closely, continue to work very closely with the content directors in providing all professional development for in-class support teachers, resource room teachers, LLD teachers, MG, autism, etc., to make sure that the programs are running smoothly across all settings. we're looking to also include more additional lab sites within the middle school and also the high school.
So I'm going to speak on behalf of the middle school administration tonight. As you know, we launched our new middle school schedule this year. We've received a tremendous amount of positive feedback regarding the restructuring of the middle school day to a more consistent schedule that students don't have to fret about when they walk in the door. What day am I on? What classes do I have? And the mic is phasing out. I think we talked too long already. Maybe that's a cue. So right now what we're doing is at the end of the year, we've set aside some time to meet with teacher representatives, with administrators to talk about areas that have been successful and other areas where we can continue to make improvements. We have been very pleased with the development over the course of the year of the advisory period. It started off, we knew it was going to be new, we knew it was going to take time to improve upon it and what it offers our students. We look forward to continuing those efforts next year.
Just a quick update on Future Ready certification. We are getting ready to submit all of our evidence by the mid-June. The Ed Tech team has been working very hard to collect it. One of the things that I think we're most proud of as a district is that we have over 20 teacher leaders volunteering on the Future Ready Awards Committee with the NJDOE and school boards to score other district submissions. So that's really special as an educator to be able to see other districts across the state and what they're submitting as evidence so we can learn and grow together. The partnerships we've also developed through this process have been invaluable. We've been learning from other schools, they've been learning from us, and we hope and cross our fingers that we get to the next level.
So we have launched a brand new professional development schedule this year, and we have met with a great deal of success in doing so. We rolled it out in September, but did add a couple of new things as the year progressed. We launched for our teaching staff the ability to choose independent study options, where they get to dictate the course of what they would like to learn based on their own needs and their own interests in the classroom. It is in line with exactly what we promote for our student learners in personalized learning, and is a great way for us as a district to be able to expand the capacity of over 1,000 employees. The other piece of that, which will be moving forward with the finalizing for this year and moving forward with next year, is the idea of micro-credentialing and adding that in as an option for independent study. The other large initiative, which is in line with growing the capacity of our teaching staff at the secondary level for personalized learning, is our job-embedded PD initiative, where we have had participants at the high school and middle school level have release time during the school day to not only visit other classrooms, but more importantly, collaborate with their colleagues about instructional strategies and initiatives that are happening, and the feedback that we've had from that has been really tremendous. It is very rare in education that you get the opportunity to step outside your classroom doors and have real time in a colleague's classroom. So it has been our dedication as a district to try to provide the time and autonomy for teachers to have that opportunity, because we are, being as big as we are, our own best resource. So we're excited for these things and the continuation of these initiatives into next year.
Good evening, my name is Devin Orozco, and I'm the Director of Science, Health, and Physical Education for the district. Hopefully you are very familiar with a lot of the initiatives on the board, as we have seen a lot of different initiatives in our individual schools that pertain to supporting a positive culture and climate in our schools. Things like the Choose to Be Nice program has really taken off and grown lately. We have some great sock puppet videos out there about our kids supporting one another. But specifically, I want to mention how we are expanding the responsive classroom initiative. So this year, it's really taken off in a few of our elementary schools. To note would be Port Monmouth, Ocean Avenue, Bayview, and Middletown Village, and they have really piloted the program for us this year, so much so that we are getting ready to train all of our elementary school teachers to be able to do the program in their classrooms next year, with the hope that we are going to, again, support that positive school culture and climate, and also it's going to help us hit those health standards of social and emotional health and wellness, because we know that those are some of the standards that are tremendously important to our students.
Hi, I'm Jamie Clancy, Director of Child Studies. To kind of build on what Mrs. Roscoe said, we've been talking a lot about social emotional learning, but also the mental health initiatives that we've been supporting as a district. Next week, we're actually having psychological first aid training, which is psychological stabilization, and what it really does teach our staff is how to help children and adults after the aftermath of a crisis or disaster. They will learn strategies on how to distress and foster long-term coping skills. And a lot of these skills can also be used for prevention. We also will later in the month be having a speaker from the Madison Holleran Foundation. Madison died by suicide at the age of 19 when she was a freshman at UPenn. She was also a New Jersey resident, and her sister will be coming to speak to our staff, and she was a mental health advocate. What we've been also working on a lot is expanding our partnerships with the different groups within Monmouth County. We had a meeting with the Children's System of Care. The participants at that meeting were Kayak, Mom and Cares, Family-Based Services, Psychiatric Emergency Screening Services, the Mental Health Association, and the Child Advocacy Center. And really, what it did was allow our staff to understand what resources were available and which ones they could directly reach out to, and which ones were more focused for parents to reach out to, but also allowing the staff to kind of understand how to promote the use of all of those services.
Hi, good evening. My name is Pat Ranella. I'm the District Director of Student Support Services. And we've really focused a lot of our attention on the vaping epidemic. We worked collaboratively with the Middletown Police Department, as well as some prevention awareness organizations. This year, we brought in Lois Springs Center for Prevention. They did a community vaping presentation for all schools, very well attended. We are actually bringing her back into our Safe Schools Committee meeting May 22nd, I believe it is, to really kind of bring awareness to the vaping epidemic that's taking place. We're also working with CPC to bring Project Insight into Middletown North next year. It's a free 8-week based program where students can receive counseling and it's an early intervention program for those students that may be identified for possible substance abuse. So we're working, like I said, with the police department, our own support services within the district, our Xaxis, and our SBSSs to really bring awareness to it. And we had a Safe Schools panel discussion where members from all of those organizations are able to kind of present to the community on what's happening in our schools and how we're addressing it.
David Surek, Manager of Professional Services for the district. Continuing community relations, we have our ongoing website redesign project, which includes district website personalization. More recently, we have our MPS Pride District Student Image Contest, which was able to showcase student work on all levels of the district. We continue to have our ongoing community feedback to acquire feedback from students, staff, as well as community members. That survey began with the inception of the website project, and will continue to stay open to solicit additional information. We continue to have our ongoing school website redesign meetings with our principals and team leaders with the expectation that all the school websites will be completed for June 2019, and it will coincide with the release of the redesigned app at the same time. We also continually engage in communication with the hashtag MPS Pride through social media and digital media, through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, websites, YouTube, with the expectation of highlighting district evidence goals and best practices.
Hi, I'm Amy Gallagher. I'm the business administrator for the district. In the area of long-range planning, one of our goals was to continue to analyze our student population trends in order to make sure our facilities are equipped to handle those enrollments and to manage them throughout the district. We are continuing to monitor the enrollments by school. If you come to our board meetings with any regularity, you will see that periodically we do update the enrollments and where we stand with each school. We also use that data to drive our schedules and our staffing for the upcoming year. So that's something that we're in the process of doing right now. This chart and the subsequent slides break out the enrollments in detail, and what we've done is do a comparison between June, the end of last school year, and where we're at right now. So on the elementary level, you can see down at the bottom that we have actually decreased by 55 students overall at the elementary level. If we move to the next slide, at the middle school level, we are down 127 students from the end of last year. And at the high school level, we are up 145 students. The district total, if you go to the next slide, overall, we are down about 37 students. So what we have seen over the past year or so is a shift of students out of the elementary and even out of the middle schools and into the high schools. So we are seeing decreases at the elementary and middle school level. We are getting some increases out at the high school level, but overall the district enrollment is not increasing. As a matter of fact, it is still ticking down. So if we go to the next slide, what we also do in the process of doing our scheduling and budgeting for next year is take a look at on the elementary level, the current and projected section analysis. So as you know, we have 12 elementary schools. We have they're all K through 5. So looking at our student totals for this year versus the projected for next year, we have 3,873 students this year, currently 3,794 projected for next year. If you go down further in the slide, the anticipated actual number of sections that we have staffed for this year is 186. Based on student enrollment, that number could actually be 151. We're not able to do that because of the structure of our elementary schools. So the differential there is 35 sections that we are running across the district that would be in addition to what we would need based on the enrollment. Projection for next year would be 175 that we would be actually staffing. But based on the enrollment, we would need 147. So the differential for next year would be 28 sections that we would be running across the district, that if we were basing it purely on enrollment, we might not necessarily have to run. So I think the next slide is next one.
So obviously, our most important obligation is to keep our students safe. So one of our goals was to continue to collaborate with local, county, and federal officials. And our local, Mr. McGuire's Director of School Security, and myself attend monthly meetings out of the prosecutor's office for it's called the School Security Directors Association. It gives us the time to meet, kind of debrief about any of relative situations that may have occurred recently, kind of come up with a game plan. Also, one of the main agenda items out there is looking at a regional reunification plan. So it's something that we attended a professional development opportunity on from Chester County in Pennsylvania. They did a presentation on it. It's something that we're looking to possibly bring into Monmouth County. But again, it's an opportunity for all security directors in Monmouth County to kind of get together, share ideas and debrief, along with the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office and also the local law enforcement from Monmouth County. And we're continuing to prioritize our security improvements. We continue to meet on a monthly basis with all of our new approved substitute teachers, so they're aware of all of our security procedures that are in place. We are in the process of training all of our school security staff on CPR, stop and bleed, and on a biannual training schedule for CPI training as well. And conduct biannual reviews. Again, Mr. McGuire meets with the security staff on a regular basis. Anytime either a local, national, or global incident takes place, he reviews the information and they debrief and conduct training exercises within the district of how we would address those situations if they would occur.
So the last slide shows that we are addressing our goal of looking for additional revenue sources. There's a few things listed on the slide. We are currently looking at proposals. We've been discussing this in the past board meetings for our before and after care program. We currently do not share in any of the revenue from the before and after care program. So we have asked for proposals now that our current contract is ending that would provide for the district to share in some of the revenue that is brought into the district for that. We are currently evaluating those proposals. We did receive them already, so we are evaluating them and looking to make a recommendation before the end of the year. We also continue to pursue grants on a district level, and we are doing some right now collaboratively with the Township. We are working on a couple of grants in the area of safety and security, which we will hope will bring some additional funds into the district to pay for some improvements that we are not able to put into our budget. Another area that we are going to be receiving additional revenue from next year, which is on the slide, we did talk about in our budget presentations, is in the area of transportation. We've been very successful branching out and working with other districts in the area to join transportation routes for students that are going out of district. We have done that all along through other entities, other cooperatives at the county level and the regional level. But we've actually started doing more of it ourselves, and we're going to be able to generate some revenue by sharing the cost of those routes that will help defray the cost of transportation. So we've had quite a bit of success with that over the past few months, doing that up for next year. So, in conclusion, that is our presentation for our goals for this year. We are, as we said, going into the last year of our current strategic plan. We will be evaluating all of these things as we queue up for the next strategic plan to see which goals we may want to further advance and what our new goals would be. But we hope that this was a helpful presentation. It will be up on the website.